Is melatonin good for you? Well, so I was at a party there last night and somebody told me that they were taking melatonin. And I was just, I mean, no, I heard the word and then, it piqued my ears up. I was just like, all right, who's using that word? And it was funny because everybody knows me. And then, but it was like, so it's like, is it good? And it's like, well, like the guy is using it for sleep. It helps him to sleep. Otherwise, he's only able to sleep a few hours in an evening, and I guess that's not working for him. So taking this thing and taking a supplement, and it's like, okay, well, I would say my understanding of it is that it's the issue is that you're screwing with your body chemistry, and so if you're taking something as a supplement, then the concern would be that your body will not be will stop producing melatonin naturally as it needs to be. So it's like, it's like a band-aid and it might work short term, but the thing in question is what the long-term effects of that kind of thing can be. And I relate it to, say, caffeine. I mean, it it makes your adrenal glands produce or excrete adrenaline, hence the awakeness that you get from it. But long-term effects of that, or say another one too, is just like dopamine. I mean, there are so many things that will produce dopamine, whether it's some type of an intoxicant, um, or like say smoking weed, or drinking, or things like even just like say watching movies. Because like when you sit there and you watch a movie, there is you go through a range of emotions. I mean, you watch something that you find interesting, you're intrigued, or you're excited, or you're scared, or you're you go through all of this stuff, and then so that stuff is it can be quite addicting. I'm not sure if that exactly relates, but it's just like the point is certainly, yeah. I mean, with dopamine, you got to be careful, because if you are taking something, some kind of a putting something into your body that is giving you this rush of dopamine, it's like you have accomplished something, which was when dopamine should naturally be released in your body, but you haven't done anything. So it's like instant gratification, and so you can get hooked on this. And that is, and then so what about when you don't have that thing and your body is not used to secreting like a normal base level of this stuff, and then you get depressed. And so then another one too is like antidepressants. It's like, you can take antidepressants and they might help you to, I've heard, like focus, to not be depressed, to be able to kind of move through life without getting anxiety caught up. I don't know, right? I mean, I've certainly dealt with my own experiences of depression, but I have my own way of relating to it, where for me it's like when you don't, or the understanding that I've been given is like when you can't find the hour or the answers outside, you go inside. And so sometimes you kind of go into your shell and you go into a space and a time and a place where you you retreat to a place until you're ready to move beyond that. So, and it's important to give voice to that, to recognize that that there is something going on in your life, that you're not depressed for no reason. And it's a thing. So it's like, yeah, and it can be a real challenge to come off these things. I know people that have taken the pharmaceutical ones, and then it's like coming off, it's like you have to really slowly wean yourself off these things, and they get these, like, I don't know if it's like stabbing pains or like things, but it's really hard and like quite the experience, quite the ordeal coming off of these things. And even natural ones, which is like, say, St. John's wort, which is the original antidepressant, which is a MAOI, it's a monoamine oxidase inhibitor. And so it allows you to uptake more of the of certain chemicals that are in your body, whether it's serotonin or dopamine or whatever. I mean, and so, but then you can get used to that, you know, you can become reliant on that. And it's like, that doesn't, I can't exactly explain it, you know, right sitting here, but it's like there's something wrong with that relationship as far as I can tell. You should not be reliant on anything. You know, if you're having an experience, if your body is telling you something, you know, if you're depressed, you need to look at your life. You need to look at the things that you're caught up in, that you're doing, or maybe that you're not doing, or that you wish you were doing. You know, it's a funny thing with, say, like drugs. You know, a lot of people use them, certainly like the weed and the drink, as a coping mechanism. And it's like, you know, I'd damn near say there's a reason to cope in society today. It is not ideal, you know, especially with, you know, COVID and everything. There's confusion, there's uncertainty, and, you know, with the government and blah, 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 blah. It's like, you know, you can see why people want to cope, but just, you have to be careful with that, you know. I mean, maybe as a short-term thing, you know, to get through, but you have to have a long-term strategy as well. And so, yeah, of course, it is possible to work with certain medicines responsibly, but that is exactly what needs to be done, and not to become reliant on them or think that they are the panacea, the cure all that's just going to fix all your problems and make them magically go away. I mean, not a chance, right? It's a feedback system, just like life, like your body. Anyways, camera's overheating, so I will leave you with that. And that's a big maybe. This is just my perspective, but maybe.